You ready to get started? And I have a nice treat for you at the end, so that'll be fun. So for those that were able to take the assessment yesterday, what'd y'all find out? What'd you think? It was pretty accurate. Was it like surprisingly accurate? Because that's kind of what I'm getting from most students. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So what he said is that when he's taken things like this in the past before, it's always been kind of skewed where like one thing was like a lot, heavier than the other. And this one was a lot more leveled, right? You could kind of see different traits about yourself through all 5 of them, couldn't you? I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very interesting how they broke up in like these weird names, because I warned you that the names weren't going to like be very representative of some of the definitions, right? Because I had someone in the 10 o'clock get the woo. Did anyone get a woo here in this class? It says it's called woo. It's at the very bottom of this thing, and it says they love the challenge of meeting new people and winning them over. Oh no, not me either. I also have extra handouts from yesterday if anybody wants to grab one or before they leave, so I have extras. But yeah, he got the woo and he was like, what in the world is a woo? Like, I'm not like a woo, you know? Right. Yeah. I think they did give up on the woo. She said they had all these really big words and then you get to the very, very bottom and it says woo. Does anyone want to share what like their top 1 or 2 were? Achiever in competition. Let me guess. Do you play a sport? What do you play? Softball. How did I guess that she was an athlete? It makes sense. I'm psychic. Yeah, that's it, Victor. Thanks. Oh, no, psychedelic. Is that what you said? No, I'm not psychedelic. But that makes sense though, right? Okay. So very competitive. Let me guess. Do you have siblings? Do you compete with them like over like who can even like get to the dinner table first? And like little things. You fight about who's the best. We kind of do that in our family too. I'll be like, look, I'm the favorite right now. Y'all be good. They like me better than you. And we're all like grown adults with kids and we do the same thing. So that never goes away. It's kind of like a joke. My poor sister, who's 14 years younger than me, we have siblings between us, but there's like a 6-year age gap and she's 14 and she's the baby. And we always tell her, we're like, oops, like don't even talk. Like she's such a good sport though, because she's got that baby mentality. So she's like, but I'm the best. And we're like, no, that doesn't happen that way. Anyone else? What were your first 2? Input and intellection. What is that? What do those mean? Oh, okay. Inquisitive and collect things. Oh, think and mental activities. I like that one. And that sounds like you? She was, yep, pretty much. Yeah, and actually just, you're very outspoken and like an extrovert in class. I'm like, words hard, sorry. Really? Y'all know that introverted doesn't mean shy, right? Those are 2 completely different things. Okay. I am a complete introvert because I'll tell you what, after class, I got to go take a nap. Because so the difference between an introvert and an extrovert will be around people and in social situations around lots of things, and they get energized and they get like excited about it. Okay. An introvert, on the other hand, will be around people and in social situations, the exact same situations, and feel exhausted afterwards. Does that make sense? It's not a shy thing. Yes, sir. I'm not sure. You like flip a little bit on me. What are you usually? Do you know? Extrovert? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm an outgoing introvert, and people are like, no, you can't be. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Anyone else? But that goes along with like the type A kind of OCD personality that I kind of see in class, said it in a loving way. A little bit? Yeah, okay. Okay. Like I said, we're a family. We're saying things with love. We're not being ugly, I promise. Because I'm that way too. So that's why I feel like I'm one of them. So what were yours? Did you do yours, y'all? Front row? What were your two? What was it? Command and significant. Ooh. Okay, I gotta look those up. Let's see if we can figure out his personality here. Command. Take control of a situation and make decisions. And significant. You want to make a big impact. Again, athlete. That makes sense, right? Take command, make big decisions, and you want to make an impact. That goes along with athletes too, right? Were you surprised? No. Were you embarrassed by what you read? No. Okay, good. Good. Oh, yeah. Savannah says her social battery dies. I love that. Very quickly. Yeah. And I've really found out a lot about myself this term in this session, because on Monday and Wednesday, I have this class. I have like an hour break, and then I have another class. And when I get home at like 5 o'clock, I'm like, I'm spent. Yes, sir. Not a thing. Nobody seems to know what's going on with English Lab. The question was, what did I find out about English Lab? Not a whole lot. I'm still working with the theory of I wouldn't kill myself to get an A or a B, just pass the class. C is fine. I would read on there whatever passing is, because I think Ms. Newsom said that she talked to you guys a little bit about it, but I think she's even confused a little bit too. So there's so much work. I know the English Lab is a lot of work. I know family events. I agree. I get so tired so easily at family events. Okay. So now that you have what your top 5 strengths are, what can you do to embrace them and to help make school easier or work easier, or things that are a little bit more difficult for you easier? Any ideas? Yeah. Yeah. Finding things that would help revolve around those strengths. Okay. You know, we've got competition over here. So she probably needs to get her friends in a group and be like, okay, who can make the highest grade in this class? And that's going to help her and her friends, right? Of course, I'm like not the competition. So I'd be like, y'all win. I'm just going to help out, because that's what mine are, right? So for her, making everything a competition motivates her, right? Do you ever like see a due date for an assignment or something and be like, oh, I can get that done by then? And like that, yeah. You even make that like a competition. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get this done the night before. And you're harder probably on yourself, even though it's still before the due date, if you miss your own due date, right? Yeah. Okay. But you can see how that would benefit, you know, handing things in on time. We have those syllabus, you have your athletic schedules, you have your life schedules between now and October 3rd. Okay. So a good thing for her to do is go ahead and write out in the calendar, as she can, certain things one day at a time, and meet those personal due dates. Right? What about you? What do you think you can do for your, I mean, you have the intellectual, so like you like to like do homework and stuff. So that's like a problem. Well, not a problem, but the hoarding thing actually, but not hoarding. The collecting was collecting, right? Okay. Collecting like information, that's gonna, I feel like I kind of leaned that way when I was in school, because I was that sorority sister that had every test that I took with the grade and the answers and every note from every class I took in a filing cabinet. So everybody came to me and they were like, hey, did you have Miss Smith for this? And I'd be like, yeah, here, study from these. Okay. You know what I mean? That's, you don't do that. Oh my gosh. I had everything, like my entire college career, I had like in a filing cabinet in my dorm. No. And see, when I went to college, oh God, I'm old now. When I went to college, it wasn't electronic. So, I mean, we had everything was handed in by paper. So I had all the papers, you know, collected. So that was how I did things. So, Mr. Want to make an impact here. How would you, he's smiling at me. I can even tell him to the mask. How would you use that to an advantage to help studying and things like that? Are you like the kind that like kind of gets like helps the other people? Maybe sometimes. You know, when you help other people, you're learning as well. Yeah. So that's you're making an impact on others around you, but you're still bettering yourself. Yeah. It's amazing sometimes what you can learn by trying to explain something to someone else. Has anyone ever figured that out? Yeah. Does anyone have like younger siblings you tried to help with like mathematics or something? Yeah. And sometimes you start helping and you're like, man, did I not know this? Right? So that is something that's beneficial. So what you want to do here, what they call it is name it, claim it, and aim it. Okay. So make those signature themes your own, identify what it means to you. Okay. There are definitions on the paper, there's definitions in the book. The book actually has a page or two on each one. It's good to read through. But what does that mean to you as a person? Okay. What's written are those general ideas, but what does it mean to you? Claim it. That is your unique like superpower. Okay. Remember, we said when we work in groups, one of the first things that's nice to do is to say, hey, I'm good at this. What are you good at? Okay. When you're good at something, you have to like claim it and own it. Right? Try to make it beneficial for you. Okay. You'll find that if you play to these strengths, it's going to feel like it's easier for you. Okay, because that is your natural tendency to go that way. Does that make sense? Keep that in the back of your head when you start doing things. And then aim it. Flex your talents. Intentionally practice using and developing these talents. Okay, now you have a good way of saying, hey, I'm developing my competition when I'm getting into it with my brothers and sisters. Okay. There are a whole different ways. Remember, there were 32 on here. We answered some very, very odd questions, right? But they did hone in on things that sounded like us. Okay. So really keep in mind what those strengths are and how you can benefit from them. Okay. You know, just because her strengths competition, like I said, that is not my strength at all. I do not care. I do not care if I lose. I just don't care. It's not something that motivates me. Okay. I'm not in it for the gratitude and the awards and all that kind of good stuff. No, I don't care. Okay. And you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. So part of this exercise is to understand about yourself, but also to understand about others, right? Okay. If you have a friend that's needing motivation, if you understand what their strengths are, you might be able to help, right? I know what his strengths are. He likes to make an impact. So if he's struggling, I might try to think of ways to help him feel like he's making an impact. Okay. Even though that's not my strength, right? We're all different. It's what makes us all unique. It's like the beauty of us all being human, right? We all can learn from each other every day as long as we live. Yesterday, I was apparently trying to learn German very badly, right? I was bad, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was reading it in English, but it was like a German word, and he was like, no, that's not it. Okay, but you can learn something from someone every day, okay? And remember, just because it works for you, it may work for somebody. It may give them an idea of how to make it work for them. Yeah? Okay, so we're gonna name it, we're gonna claim it, we're gonna aim it. We want to benefit from these strengths. Okay? So this handout is available in the assignment where it says strength assessment. It's one of them linked under there. So you guys have these if you'd like them. So by naming it, we have now put some words, some weird words like woo, to certain actions that we have, okay? But that allows us to move into that next phase of claiming it, okay? It helps you identify some traits that you have with a word, okay? The word might be a nonsense word, but it's a word, okay? Because I can look at mine now and say, hey, I am a person, I am a mom, I'm a professor, I'm a relator, okay? I am a learner. I can just add that to my list of things that make me me, okay, with a word. Okay, so it kind of helps. Okay, embrace it, claim it, take ownership, and finding ways to have actions associated with that. Okay, so yes, we have now identified it, we have an awareness. Now, what are we going to do with it? Kind of makes sense? Yeah. So moving forward with this, you have your strengths. You kind of have a thought about what you want to do with your life-ish, maybe. Okay, sometimes I wonder if I know what I wanted to be when I grow up. It's okay. Start thinking about how those 5 strengths can help you in your end goal. How do they associate? Okay. If I was going to look at that life plan for me, I can say my number 2 is learner. Being a professor basically automatically makes me a lifelong learner, right? I am like buried in education, right? So you see how that like lines up? See if you can find things within your strengths that are going to line up with your passions and what you want to do with your life. Does that make sense? Okay. That's going to be what we want to see in that life plan for content. Okay. When we talk about that, you can also take your strengths, put them towards your athletics. That's fine too. Okay. Be like, hey, I am a college softball player and I got competition. I think this fits because it makes me a really competitive person, which makes me really driven. Okay. So you can use it for your athletics, but also use it going forward and try to think long-term. Think about what your major is. Okay. One thing they probably don't ever tell you is that even though you major in something, a lot of times in your undergraduate career, you're going to learn that much of the industry, right? You're probably going to work on that much of the industry. Okay. For example, for computer science majors learn about programming, computer logic, different computer languages. We learn about hardware. We learn about computers. We learn about CPUs. We learn about networking. We learn about things like Wi-Fi and Ethernet and proxy servers. We learn about cloud systems, okay? In my corporate career, I was a computer programmer for the engineering department. I only programmed in Java, one language, for one department to create internal software. Okay, do you see how we learn this much? And we kind of like concentrate on that much. Okay, do that exploration with the library, right? Look for those resources, especially business majors. We got a lot. Do we have a lot of business majors? Yeah, a handful. Business is like bigger than this. Okay. Do you want to be a business major in healthcare? Do you want to, doing something in the healthcare industry? Do you want to do something in technology that's completely different? Do you want to manage? Do you want to be a CEO? There's so many things in there. Finance, accounting, right? Some business majors don't like numbers at all, so they're going to steer clear of those, but it's still all business, right? So you guys have your work cut out for you. Okay. If you ever have any questions and can't make those connections, shoot me an email. We'll work through it together. We can sit down and have a talk. Not a problem. Make sense? Any questions, comments, concerns so far? You guys are so quiet today. Y'all awake? No. Rock on. Any questions? Is what I'm saying make sense? Yeah? Okay. At least I get some head nods. I'll take it. I'll take it. My suggestion to you as well is take today, this weekend, start jotting down those notes for that life plan. Your strengths assessment, too many S's, is fresh in your mind. Start taking those notes, jotting them down, put them in a Word doc, save it somewhere, so that when you wake up in the middle of the night and you have an idea, you can just like write it down. Does anyone else do that? Yeah. Usually I just forget. Yeah, sometimes. Okay. Start that list now as you're thinking about it. You don't have to write your whole life plan paper now, but you can start writing bullet points down or say, oh, I want to make sure I address this, and just make a note of it. It's fine. Okay. Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? No? Okay. So what I'm going to do is so I want to talk to those that have not been able to take the assessment yet. So we're going to stay after for just like 5 or 10 more minutes. No class tomorrow. You're welcome. Look, everyone woke up. Wait a minute, time out. I should have said that first. Yeah, even online, they're like, yeah, yes, sir. No class tomorrow. Look, they're like, he literally says why, and everyone around him went, don't ask why. Okay. Do what? the nerd corner over here is like, no, really, but why? So we got through the material of the week this week because you guys have been super quiet. B, I have a lot more students that have not yet taken the assessment than I had anticipated, which is okay. But I want to make sure that they're not getting left behind. So, and then C, I want to allow you guys time to start jotting down those notes and thinking about the life plan. Okay. So I can make you all come in here and jot notes and write about the life plan. Or we could, you know, I can be like, hey, take tomorrow, take an hour and start writing down and jotting down your life plan. Yeah, y'all good with that? Yeah, they're like, we just heard we don't have to wake up, so we're good. Right? Yeah, Savannah, I know there's a lot of people still waiting on their book. So yes. Did you email me that you had gotten it? Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's still a little bit on the expensive side. I'm gonna have to figure something out for next time. But yeah. Yeah, I need to because first I'm gonna get you all situated with getting the code and having the code, and then I'm gonna go talk to the bookstore. So I got priorities. It's just they're a little wonky sometimes. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. And I had told them not to put the used on there though. That's what part of the problem. I was like, no, don't let them do used. Yeah. Okay. If we'll take like a 5-minute break. So if you have taken your your assessment, if you have your code, you know what you're doing, you guys can go ahead and leave. 5 minutes really is just for the chaos to settle down. If you don't have your code and stuff, take a minute and stay here with me. I'm going to write down some names and things so that we don't penalize you for being late. If do you know how to like, okay, then you're fine. Yes, sir. Oh, quick. Okay, this might answer your question. So they turned on the multi-factor authentication, okay, on the My Carolina U. So your phone is not right. Your phone number is not right? Yes. Do me a favor. If you're having a problem with the phone number, you need the phone number changed, email support@carolinau.edu. Were you guys able? Y'all hit them. Hey, smack them. Were you all able to change your phone number? Was it fairly quick? Okay. They changed theirs because they actually had their German phone numbers in there and not the American phone numbers. Do what? Okay, yeah. And they emailed support@carolinau.edu and he said it was real quick. So if you can, make sure it comes from your Carolina University email because then they have to do less checking on the background. But yes, I wanted to make that announcement. Thank you actually for reminding me. Bye. So if you have issues getting into My Carolina U, submit an email. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's extra credit, but yes. So you have to create one. The Proctor free, you have to create a login. Did you get an email from them? Okay, go to the Proctor free website and do forget password and put your Carolina University email in. They should send you an email to change that password. I'm not a hugger. Oh my God. Okay, thank you.
We can just leave.
You did your assessment, right? Yeah.
I didn't do like the work.
No, you can do that as long as you know how to take the assessment. Yes, sir. Hold on. You got your code? Yes. How long? That was you were one of the ones waiting the 48 hours, right? Or no? Gotcha. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I want to make sure like who had like I know we had so many issues yesterday. I want to like so you're free to leave. Sí, señor. Yeah, if you just like tear that off or cut it off and you open it up, it's inside there, and so is the website that you go to. Got it? Cool beans. Have a great weekend. Support at carolinau.edu, just like your email. Support at, yeah. Yeah, because we realized yesterday you can't actually do the support ticket because you can't log in. Okay. She was helping me with theirs yesterday, so she knows it was an issue. So hopefully she'll be understanding about it. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Shoot them an email. They know that this is coming, so they had issues starting yesterday. Okay. So any questions from anyone online? I think you guys are doing pretty good.
Professor Jim.
Okay. So if you are online and you have your book or your code and you know what to do, you can go ahead and drop off. Really just if you don't have, because I know Savannah said she had her book. Oh no, Savannah said you're still waiting on your book. So Savannah, does it say when you're gonna get it?
I have no idea.
Oh, I can't hear you. Can you type it? I'm sorry, sweetie. How you feeling? How's it going? Okay. Okay. No, he left. Miss Bonnie, do you talk? Straight over, go up one flight of stairs. So if you, okay, so walk in like the center, there's like, you know where the cafeteria is? Go in. Yeah, second, go upstairs and to the left. Nope, when you get to the top of the stairs, go to the right. Sorry. Yes, between like reception and where you're gonna come up the stairs. How we doing? Yes, Donovan. Okay, shipping 3 to 8 days. So do you think I'll be here this week? Not sure. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so online, real quick. I'll be right there in a minute. So online, yes, Donovan, if you have your book, you have your assessment code and you know you can take it, you can do it. Yesterday's should be uploaded already. I did it yesterday, probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So online, if you do not have your code in your hand by like tomorrow evening, email me first thing Friday. I can push out the assignments. We can figure out things like that. Yes, it was only like 15 minutes because we worked on the assessment. So that's what we did the whole class. So everybody that had their books, they brought it. We actually worked through it. And so I didn't make you sit there and watch an hour of us, you know, taking the assessment. So, and it was like just an explanation of how to do the assessment and what you're doing. If you don't have your code by like Thursday night, you know, for early Friday morning, go ahead, shoot me an email and I'll push it out. If you, hopefully by then you should know when you're going to get it. If you get some kind of shipping notice or something like that. If you've not yet bought the book, go ahead online and just buy the assessment for the top 5. It's probably going to be the quickest. They'll email you the code and that'll be the easiest if you have not yet purchased the book. Does that make sense, y'all? Yeah. Okay. Any questions online? No? Yeah, so Melvin, if you scroll all the way down, there is something that is called, I'm trying to read mine, sorry. The signature theme report. That's the PDF that you want, is the signature theme report. And it'll already be a PDF for you. I know, I'm like showing it to you like you can see it from there, but you can't, it's that one. That doesn't help, I know, it's fine. Okay, yes, sir. Okay, if it doesn't for some reason, let me know. Cool. Sunday. So take that time tomorrow and do it. You know what I mean? You got it. See you later. Oh, wow. Okay. We don't have as many people as I thought. Okay. So if you guys online have your questions answered, you can go ahead and drop off. The main thing I really wanted to tell you guys was if you don't have it in your hand by Thursday night, when you go to bed, because I know like Amazon comes sometimes at like 9, 10 o'clock at night for some reason. So if you don't have it by first thing Friday morning, email me. And if you've not bought it yet, just go ahead and do the assessment for $20. It'll save you time and mental capacity. Sound good? Okay, y'all. I love you all. Bye.